What is up, everybody, and thank you for coming back to my channel. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the numbers for what has transpired in the real estate market for January of 2025. We had some promising numbers in December, but it was obviously time for us to see what direction things were going to be trending towards. And here we are. Today, we have a quarter point reduction by the Bank of Canada. At the same time, we've got all this news about Trump imposing a 25% tariff, which definitely will affect the real estate market. Now the question becomes is how much of a tariff is going to be imposed? Hopefully not. How much of an effect will that have on the economy and the real estate market? So we're just going to be basically breaking down the numbers and taking a look at what has happened. What we do know for sure is our inventory is up. We've got prices slightly lower as the GTA median, and we've also got the number of sales down. If you are new to the channel, we do things a little bit differently here. We look at each market segment, especially the dominant market segments within that particular city, because when you look at a price, so let's say something is $1 million as a median price throughout that whole city, when we look at each market segment, you'll actually see where that median price is and what has perhaps contributed the most to either the increase or the decrease in that particular segment. So not all is lost just because you've seen a decrease in that particular city. It's very important to understand that, arm yourself with this. I highly recommend you pause the video when we're covering a certain area that pertains most to you. If you are a buyer or seller and trying to understand the market a little bit more in a particular neighborhood within your city, I highly recommend you book a call via my Calendly link, and we can go through what is happening with that particular neighborhood specifically and get you an idea. So it's a 30-minute free consultation. We will go over the live housing prices that are happening in your neighborhood also, and at the same time do an analysis and see exactly where house prices are trending. Free value for you, arming yourself for you on your real estate journey. Without further ado, let's get into the numbers for what has happened in the region of Peel, and we'll be looking at Brampton, Mississauga, and Caledon, Ontario. Brampton market segment, we've got pretty much detached dominated at 52%. Followed by semi-detached, and then we're going to get into townhomes. And what we've got here first is the median price of $925. Last month we were sitting at $920,000, so there's an uptick there. For all property types in Brampton, we've got 339 sales versus your 313 last month. And you've also got 1,384 active listings versus your 1,253 active listings. Detached market, we are now $1.1 million. And last month we were sitting at $1,060,000. So still an uptick there also. Let's take a look at the inventory. And what we've got here is 176 units sold versus 146 units sold. So a lot of sales took place there. And we've got 666 new listings versus 602 new listings. Semi-detached, we're now at $920,000. And last month we were sitting at $915,000. So let's take a look at the inventory there. And again, you can see a very small amount, 58 units sold there versus 51. And you had 164 active listings versus 152. So inventory is pretty flat there. Freehold towns, $850,000. Last month we were sitting at $850 also. And you can see the inventory now for freehold towns, 52 units sold versus 56 units, and we had 210 active listings versus 171, so an uptick there for the amount of inventory. Mississauga, we've got dominated by the condo apartment segment, followed by detached, and then you got semi-detached and then condo towns. All property types were now at $907,850 last month, sitting at $915,000, so a small downtrend there. Inventory, we have 332 units sold versus 340 units, and 1,564 active listings versus 1,447. Detached market is now 1.356. Last month we were sitting at 1.354, so it's still slightly up. And we've got the listings here for detached of 110 units sold versus 111, And we've also got 466 units as active listings versus 450. So a flat inventory number there, which is still nice to see. We're not hitting these trends of 835 units back in September. Semi-detached market now at 1,026,000. Last month we were sitting at 1,013,000, so still a small uptick of 13,000. And we've got inventory here of only 41 units sold, 101 listings. We've got 44 units sold, which is still pretty flat, and we've got 96 active listings, so pretty flat when it comes to the inventory there also. So condo towns in Mississauga, we've got an $821,000 median price. Last month we were sitting at 766. We've got 51 units versus 66 units sold, 223 active listings versus your 195. And finally, we're at condo apartments. 557,000 is the median price. Last month we were sitting at 555, so flat. And let's just take a look at the inventory here. We've got 104 sold versus 99, so it's pretty much the same as December. 700 active listings, where we have now 626 from the month prior. So we've got now 626 from the month prior. So you can see this little uptick here. The peaks of the inventory for condos was sitting from July of about 838 units. And I think we'll still see an uptick there for sure. Caledon market segment dominated by two segments. We've got detached and townhomes. So let's take a look at those. Median price now for all property types of 1.130. Last month we were sitting at 1.155. So there's been a decrease amongst all property types. So let's take a look and see if we can figure out what has happened. Median price now in Caledon 1.270 versus the 1.282. So there's a decrease of about $12,000 there. Let's take a look at the inventory. We've got basically 30 sold versus 39 sold, and we've got 239 active listings versus your 206. Slight uptick there. Townhomes, freehold towns, 900,000 now is the median price. Last month we were sitting at 882, so a little bit of an uptick. Let's take a look at the number of units sold to affect this price point. 13 units only versus 12 the month prior. 31 active listings versus 23. So an uptick in inventory, and hopefully the spring market, which could show some signs of some strong rebound if the Bank of Canada is active with rate cuts and no tariffs. So let's see exactly what's happened there. So these are the numbers for Peel region, and it's very interesting to see what has transpired, considering we were waiting to see what would happen after December, watching to see whether sellers were going to be relisting their properties. And so here we are, we're seeing obviously a lot higher inventory, a slight reduction in home prices, pretty much flat in my opinion. And we're also seeing the number of sales declining a little bit. So the activity is still not showing up, but at the same time, prices are still holding fairly well. And I really don't see that much downward pressure, for the exception of if buyers are truly afraid to jump into the market simply because they don't have the answers for what the tariffs will do to the economy. Many economists are basically predicting that there will be a recession, maybe a short-lived one, a small one, but we are going to go into a recession because of just simple job market issues and seeing unemployment rise. And that could be the stress for many people. They're going to be making one of the largest investments in their lives. They need to make sure that they have job security. And even if you're a business owner, you want to also ensure that your business can survive the impact of these tariffs. I hope you like the content that I provided today. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share the video with somebody who is on their own real estate journey and benefit from it by all means. Until then, stay savvy, stay informed, stay knowledgeable. May your investments flourish and your dreams of home ownership become a reality. We'll catch you on the next one.